I'm delighted you could make it.
You're,
Jason Dunlap.
Oh, yeah, I recognize your voice from our phone conversation.
Ah.
This is Susanna Michaels.
Susanna, it's very nice to meet you.
Hello.
You know, Maury, you may not remember, but you and I were in touch last summer.
Really?
Yes, a client of mine, Cheetah Quintero, was on your talk show.
Well, did it help her out?
Every performer gets a boost from your show, Maury, you know that.
Right. Listen, why don't we just sit down and talk, okay?
Absolutely. I've held the best table in the house for you. Alfio? Follow in, please. Would you, like a drink?
Susanna?
White wine.
White wine for the lady.
I'll have a scotch on the rocks.
Yes, sir. Excuse me a minute. Mitch? Mitch? Well, I'd like you to meet my partner. This is Mitch Blake.
How are you?
Maury Davidson.
Mitch.
Susanna Michaels.
Nice to see you. I've seen your show a couple of times. It's pretty good.
You can tell after just a couple of times?
The business keeps me pretty much of a night person, so I don't get to watch TV during the day.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I don't get out to many nightclubs, except when there's talent that I should see.
Well, yes, so now the girl you're going to see tonight is all right, but she's nowhere near Tracy's caliber.
You do know Tracy Merritt?
Sure I do. It's a shame about what happened to her.
I was with her all afternoon, and she's in perfect form, believe you me.
It's your job to say that, right?
No, I wouldn't kid you, Maury. She's sounding better than she did 10 years ago, and I was there 10 years ago. She is in rare form.
Well, how come nothing's happened for her in 10 years?
Well, no, she quit the business to get married for a while. But she's promised me that she won't let anything stand in her way of becoming a star. And I do mean a big star.
Well, you sure know how to pick 'em, Jason.
Well, now, you've got a pretty good eye for talent yourself. Say, Mitch, you've got to catch Maury's show on Thursday.
What's happening Thursday?
Well, excuse me a minute, will you? Maury, tell him what's happening Thursday, okay? I'll be right back. What the hell are you doing out here?
Well, if you spent more time around this club, you'd know.
What would I know?
That the mic went out on me this afternoon while I was
Oh,
rehearsing.
Cindy, so what?
So I'm not going to do the show if I don't have a mic.
Since when do you get the ultimatums around here?
Since now.
You listen to me, you. And you listen well. You've got 10 minutes before your first set. So I want you to go back to your dressing room and get it ready.
What about the mic?
With or without the mic, you sing. Have you got that? Cindy, I've got a VIP here tonight. The last thing on earth I need is a hassle from you.
What VIP?
Mitch is sitting with him right now.
Hey, isn't that guy on the TV talk show?
That's right, it is.
Well, did you invite him here to hear my act?
Are you kidding? I'm not handling you anymore, remember?
So what's he doing here?
None of your business. But why don't you do yourself a favor? Show him your best stuff, Cindy. He might have a slot for you on his show.
Is there a problem?
No, I was just telling Jason about the mic.
Well, I had it taken care of.
Well, it wasn't working this afternoon when I was
know it
rehearsing.
wasn't. It's all right. I had it taken care of, so don't worry about it.
Well, it better be all right. Because I'm not going to make a fool out of myself in front of Maury Davidson. Excuse me, gentlemen. Excuse me.
That's what she thinks. That broad gives me a pain. See you later.
Is it all right if I talk to Cindy before the show?
Yeah, make it quick. She's only got a few minutes.
Thanks.
Rachel.
Jason?
The show's already started.
Yes, I'm not here to see the show.
Oh.
Is Mitch here?
Yes, he's backstage. Is he expecting you?
How
How's the mic now, Mr. Blake?
It sounds a lot better. Is there any chance of listening to it from you?
I don't think so. But I'll check it for the next
All right,
time.
I think I'd appreciate it. I'll see you later.
Can we talk somewhere privately?
Cindy Lee's dressing room is right here.
Well, what about her?
Well, she has a friend. I think she'll be busy between sets. Didn't expect to see you tonight.
Well, I came over because you said that you wanted to read Harry Must Die in order to unravel a mystery.
That's right, I did.
I wanted to know what you meant by that.
We spent a lot of time talking about the book. And every time we seem to talk about it, you start responding in the same way.
In what way?
You get upset. You get upset.
All right, okay, I get the point.
So you want to tell me what's bothering? All right. So I figured the answer's in the book.
Look, you know what's in the book. You read the book when Janice had it.
I skimmed it. Besides, from what I gather, it's different now.
What makes you say that?
There's another draft.
Tanner told you that?
Does it matter? I don't want to talk to anybody else. If there's something I should know, I would rather hear it from you.
Yes, that would be best.
So are you going to tell me what's bothering you?
You're right. The book upsets me. For reasons that ought to be obvious to you by now.
They're not.
Janice used the book as a blueprint to murder Mac.
So?
So that's it.
I don't believe that's it.
What other connection could I possibly have with the book?
That's the mystery. I plan to unravel it.
How do I convince you that there is no mystery?
Well, for a start, you can tell me what's behind the way you're acting.
I just told you.
And you're holding something else out on me. If you don't want to tell me, I'm going to find out one way or another.
What other way?
Well, I figure when enough people know about
Enough
something, it's
people?
going to come out. Yes, what about your mother? Russ, I don't know who else. They know, don't they?
No, they don't know anything, because there's nothing to know. And I think you're using this whole book as an excuse to continue to badger me.
What, you think I'm badgering you?
I have asked you and asked you to leave me alone, and you will not do it.
Hold it, hold it, hold it. I'm badgering you now?
Yes, you are.
You're the one that came here. Why?
Why haven't you done so by now?
Where am I supposed to get a copy from Mac?
It'll be out in the bookstore soon.
Oh, right. Then I can go get a copy without bothering anybody.
Look, what if I asked you not to read the book and not to talk to Tanner again?
I'd ask you why.
And if I didn't tell you?
You want me to do whatever you ask without knowing the reason?
Yes.
Impossible.
Look, Mitch, you say you care for me. If you care for me, you'd want to help me.
If I can, I
You
will.
can. I'm just asking you to do one more thing, and I'll never ask you to do anything again.
And it means that much to you?
It's the most important thing in my whole life. Look, you tried to destroy someone once with that book. This time you could really do it. Only there's more than just one person involved now. I am begging you to drop it before it's too late.
I don't know. All right. I'll think about it.
Nothing's left except my soul.
think I heard a shot. Oh, no. You don't think Mike could have?
This part of another world. And now, the continuing story of Another World.
Stryker. Stryker, your face is hot, and your hands are all cold.
Oh, Kate. Kate, I'm so sorry. I just wish there were words.
Oh, you've said all you need to say just by being here.
Kate.
Now, don't. Oh. I should have known that the first people who'd be here offering their love and their support would be the Bellmans.
I wish there was something we could do. Mike was a very special man, an extraordinary man. Houston won't be the same without him.
Well, let's not talk about that godforsaken town down the road. Come in. Come on in.
Kate, if there's anything I can do, now or later, you'll let me know, won't you?
Of course, Stryker. But I can't think of anything. Max is down at the gravesite. And Ricky...
Well, what is it, Kate?
Justin's coming in at the airport, and there'll be nobody there to meet him.
Oh, well, can't I do that for you?
Would you, Stryker? That would be a help. I'm afraid he's going to be very upset.
Don't you worry, I'll go and get him. Better me than some stranger.
Try to explain to him, do you hear? Try to tell him what happened. Why, Mike? Will you please? Maybe you can make sense of it for him. I don't think I could. Maybe you being a man, maybe you could make it make sense for Justin.
I'll talk to him, Kate. You put your mind at rest if you can. I'll talk whatever kind of sense I can think of.
May I serve my dessert now, Mrs. Coy?
Yes, Vivian, that would be a good idea. Mr. Halloway can't stay much longer.
Oh, no, you can't. Oh, no, you're leaving so soon?
Yes, so I have to check out a few things with Rick at the lab.
Haley, you always seem to be dashing away.
Well, now, that's not totally true.
Okay, you're right, and I shouldn't complain because we had a marvelous time at the supper club the other night. I even got Taylor to disco with me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that.
I'm sorry you did, too. I wish you were with us.
Well, it was a pretty late evening by that time, for me.
Mitch Blake asked for you.
I beg your pardon?
Mitch Blake made a special point of asking where you were. I guess the two of you are old friends.
No, not really.
Oh.
I can't imagine why he would ask for me.
No. I just suppose someone in our party had mentioned that we were with you earlier.
Oh.
Don't give it another thought. We all understand why you were anxious to get back to Amanda.
Though it must get terribly lonely in this house with Mac traveling so much.
Yes, it does. That's why I've tried very hard to be here with Amanda as much as possible. She's taken to climbing into bed with me at all hours of the night, so at least we're not quite as lonely.
That's going to be a very hard habit to break, particularly if Mac keeps traveling.
Well, it's Mac is the one who's encouraged it.
Oh, isn't that sweet? And soon you're going to have another little one to climb in bed with you.
Yes.
When is the baby due, Rachel?
Before December sometime. They gave me a date, but you know, they're never very sure. It's very arbitrary.
Isn't that funny? I was under the impression that obstetricians could really pinpoint these days when a baby's going to be born.
Thank you, Vivian. Oh, I'll get it. Uh-oh.
Did you move that? Thank you, Mr. H. Now, would you like a sweet treat for dessert, Mrs. Bishop?
Yes, Vivian, I would love that.
Let me just mention at this time that besides this, I brought some cheese and a whole bowl of fruit. I saw that right away. In case you didn't want to switch.
Well, hello.
That's very
Hello, Vivian.
Well,
hi.
Hello, Jim.
Hello,
Good to see
Mr.
you.
Holloway. Good to see you.
Call me Taylor. Huh?
Jamie, hi, it's nice to
Hi,
see you. Are
nice
you going
to
to
see you.
join us?
Well, I'd love to, but I stopped by in kind of an emergency.
What, honey?
Well, don't panic. But, you see, Donald Tanner he has a talk show this afternoon, and the only decent sport coat he's got is held up at the dry cleaners.
A television talk show?
Yeah, the Maury Davidson show. Anyway, I thought that Mac might have a coat that would fit him.
Well, I doubt they're the same size.
Well, it doesn't really matter at this point. He's kind of desperate.
Okay, sure. Go on upstairs and, look in Mac's closets. You'd know what he'd want.
Are you sure it's okay?
Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't it be?
Watch your step.
Yeah, I think so.
Come in, come in, come in, come in.
What are we doing here?
Maury Davidson asked if I'd bring you by.
Doesn't his talk show tape about this time?
No, it goes on about 10 minutes. Come on, baby, let's go. What? What's the matter?
You booked me on his show without even telling me.
Oh, Tracy, would I do a thing like that?
You know you would. Oh, Jason, what am I going to do?
What are you gonna do? You're just gonna be yourself. And everybody is gonna love you just the way that I love you.
I could kill you.
No, you couldn't. Now, come on. I know you, Tracy. Don't you tell me that you're not pleased about this.
Well, pleased isn't exactly the word. Stunned would be more like that. I mean, how did you ever pull this off?
Oh, Jason really came through, didn't he? Huh? Tracy, do you know what a coup this is? Today, you're going to announce your comeback to all those thousands of viewers, and then you're going to hit them with a song.
Oh, Jason, I haven't rehearsed. I'm not prepared to do anything. This could be a disaster. I mean, I'm not even dressed for this.
You're perfect.
My hair is
It's perfect. Would you please take it easy? Everything's going to be fine.
What about Russ? I want him to watch.
Well, all right, okay, so I'll call him at the hospital.
This show is live, isn't it?
Live and unrehearsed.
Everybody's gonna miss it.
No. I've alerted everybody. Dooley, Cindy, Mitch, they're all going to be watching at the supper club.
You really are too much.
And you don't have a minute of it.
Hello, Tracy.
Maury.
I'm Maury Davidson.
Yes, I know.
Thanks for coming.
I hope you realize I'm not exactly prepared for all of this.
Just be brilliant.
No. Any last-minute instructions before we...
No, Jason gave us your arrangements.
Oh, which songs?
Stormy weather, and if you do an encore, you're going to be singing The More I See You.
Okay, how much longer before we go on?
Just a couple of minutes, as a matter of fact. And our director's going to want to talk to you before we start the show.
A couple of minutes?
Yeah, here he is right now. Listen, good luck, and thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, baby, this is my cue to leave. Tracy.
Yes?
Break a leg.
Excuse me. Hi, Tracy. I'm Tom Pope.
Hi.
Let me show you where you'll be sitting during the taping, all right?
Okay. Please do.
Now, this is Maury's chair over here.
Uh-huh.
And you'll sit here. Now, if you want some coffee or a soft drink, we'll have it on the set for you, all right?
All right. Something cold would be perfect.
Okay. Now, look, Maury's going to start by asking you some questions. Then at a cue from the stage manager, he'll ask if you can do a number. You'll say yes, right?
Ah, yes.
Then you move down to this yellow mark here, and the pianist will pick up your intro, right?
Okay.
Now, look, if Tracy does just one number, I'll do my usual close.
Right, but if she does a second, we might have to cut Tanner short.
Unless we kill the final credits.
Right, we could do that. Okay. We better take places, please, all right? Here we go.
Okay. Standing by. Places, please. Places, please.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Quiet, everyone in the studio. Quiet on the set. We're ready to go. It's going very well, Moore.
Thank you.
Looking this camera right here. Right here. 10 seconds. Standing by. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello and welcome to the Maury Davidson Show. As you know, we like to keep you posted on what's going on in our fair city, and that's why we're starting our show, in fact, with a very special guest, Miss Tracy Merrill. Tracy began a promising career at the Bay City Supper Club, which was cut short due to a tragic on-stage collapse because of a heart defect. But she's undergone successful surgery, I'm happy to say, to correct that condition, and she's with us right now to talk about her future plans. Well, Tracy, am I correct? Is this the start of a comeback?
Comeback seems like such a funny word because actually I hadn't been at it that long.
Yes, but you'd been a performer before you were married, correct?
Yes. My manager, Jason Dunlap, he more or less discovered me when I was in college.
But you gave all that up for the man you loved.
Yes, I did. And then a few months ago, I ran into Jason in Houston, Texas, and he found out that I'd recently been widowed, so...
And the rest is history, as they say.
We're working on it, yes.
Well, you've gotten raves from the critics, and there are many people who are predicting stardom for you. Now, how does it feel to be poised on the edge of what could be a very big career?
Well, I mean, I don't feel different, and my friends are the same. My life hasn't changed that much.
Yes, but it must be very satisfying to go back to the career you thought you'd lost.
Yes, very satisfying.
All right, why don't we talk a little bit about some of your future plans?
Well, nothing much has been set yet, except that I will be working here in Bay City in several weeks.
What about Las Vegas?
Well, I was scheduled to do a show there, and then when I became ill, we had to cancel the whole thing.
Isn't there a little good news you'd like to share with us?
Good news? Oh, you must be talking about my wedding plans.
Well, of course, that's good news, too. But I was referring to your Las Vegas date.
My what?
Well, yeah, sure. I think I have it right here. Let's see. Here it is. Tracy Merrill will be playing the Roman Palace in Las Vegas the last 2 weeks in August. So everybody make plans accordingly. That's going to be an engagement you're not going to want to miss. Tracy? Tracy? Oh.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. What's this? I don't like my ladies looking so down in the mouth.
Mike Marshall's funeral is today.
Oh, right.
I'm meeting Alex up on the helipad in a few minutes. We're going to fly out to the ranch together. That's why I came by. Tell you I'll be away all afternoon.
Well, in that case...
What are you doing? What's this?
It's a funeral toot. Best to take it neat.
I don't want it. It's too early to drink anyway.
Terry, trust me. Take it, you'll need it. It's the last booze you'll see till you get back to town. Not that I've been to any, mind you, but I hear Texas funerals are bone dry. Very proper affairs.
Clipper.
Hey, no disrespect intended. Look, I'll have one, too. One for Mike Marshall. A hell of a guy.
He's a nice man, Clipper. A really nice man.
You're telling me? I know. I knew him, too. Anyway, I bet I'm right.
Right?
About the booze.
Oh. Yes, I'm sure you are. It's hard to imagine Kate Marshall serving any liquor at the wake. No, there'd be a tank car full of coffee and tea, tables full of food the neighbors will bring by to help out. But no, liquor.
Definitely not my kind.
They're good people, Clipper. There's nothing wrong with the way they are.
Well, sure. All I said was they're different from me. Not my kind, that's all.
Used to be my kind, though.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? I guess I keep forgetting you started out just a sweet little girl from the sticks. Because you're getting to be such a sophisticated lady now. Baby, you've picked up so much city shine that the country hardly shows through.
Oh, it's all there inside. You'd be surprised.
Best place for it. You keep it inside, you hear? Don't surprise me. I don't like surprises. And, while we're on the subject of what's inside, remind me not to tell you about my growing up in a Chicago tenement. Talk about the pits. I wouldn't go back there for all the money in creation, much less for a funeral.
You never have gone home, have you?
Home? That slum? That was never my home. The football field. That's the only place I ever called home.
And you never talked about your mother or father?
Hey, I said remind me not to tell you about it. If you want to go to some place you call home, that's your business. If I don't, that's mine.
Well, I haven't been back there in a long time. But I want to go today. I feel I owe it to Mike. He did a lot of good turns for me. When I came to town, he recommended me to Alex.
Yeah? And, since Alex is going, I guess that means he owes Mike too, huh?
Well, they go way back. You know how it used to be between them. I've told you, Mike Marshall gave Alex his start in Houston.
Well, that's fine for Alex, but it's some way for Mike Marshall to collect.
It's a strange way to look at a man going to his friend's funeral.
All I mean is, I hope anybody that owes me pays off while I'm still walking around and not when they're about to put me underground. What good would it do me if they waited until then?
What are you talking about?
Well, take Alex, for example. You told me I really should take him that stuff I picked up about a plot against the sheet. So I take Alex the information. I don't know what it's about, but I take it to him anyway because you tell me I should. Clipper does his job, man. And what does Alex do? He says, thanks, Clipper. And then he lets his nephew work me over like I was the criminal and he was the FBI.
Well, that's silly. He didn't work you over.
Psychologically, baby, psychologically. Grilling me like I was some kind of criminal.
I was there. It wasn't that way.
Well, it made me mad. I don't know. Maybe you're right. So that guy Ryan, is he still not satisfied about what I told him?
I don't know what Ryan thinks. But I do know he's staying in town to hear the autopsy report.
Yeah?
The hospital surgical committee is having some special meeting to hear the autopsy and discuss the sheik's death.
Well, good. Let him settle it once and for all. But, if you get a chance, you might remind Alex that he owes me a favor. Just remind him he owes me something, and I'd like to collect something besides funeral spray.
Oh, you. I never know when you're teasing me.
That's right, baby, you don't.
I really have to go now. Alex, we'll be waiting.
You'll remind Alex for me, won't you? That I've got something coming besides a bad time. I know you will.
And now, the next part of Another World.
I came over as soon as I could close Western Art and change my clothes.
Thank you, darling. I'm glad I reached you in time. I wouldn't have wanted to arrive at the Marshall Ranch in a taxi.
Rena isn't going to the funeral?
No. Poor Kevin has his hearing this afternoon at the hospital. She decided that she had to be with him.
Yeah. Well, are you sure you want to go yourself?
Certainly I do. I never considered not being there. I knew Mike Marshall for only a few days, but I liked him. I want to express my regret to his family.
Thanks, Mom. I know Dawn will appreciate it. And so will Kate. Oh, that's Mike's mother. You'll like her. She is one amazing lady, I'll tell you.
I'm sure I'll like her. I do hope she's been provided for.
Well, she owns the ranch, I believe.
Oh, that's good. From what I gathered,
What? What have you gathered?
that Mike Marshall had lost everything when his business was ruined.
Well, like I said, she owns the ranch. I'm pretty sure.
Dennis, aside from Kate, then, is it true what I've heard, that the family is bankrupt?
I wouldn't know that, Mom. Even if they are. It's just money.
Then Dawn will be destitute.
It's not a disease. Besides, it's really none of our business, is it? The Marshalls will have plenty of time after the funeral to sort out their family finance.
Is it really none of your business?
My only business right now is to see them through this thing. That's all that matters to me right now, and I don't want to think about anything else. They need my help, Mom. Especially Dawn. And I don't want to concentrate on anything else right now except that.
That's very noble and very dear. But you can't bury your head in the sand forever, Dennis. You have to face up to this being a new situation, one that's going to change your prospects.
You know, I really hadn't considered my prospects. You know, there are more important things to think about right now.
Then you're lucky you have a mother who's not such a romantic.
Mom,
Darling, what do you think you're going to be doing the day after tomorrow? Or the day after that? If the Marshall estate does go into bankruptcy, Western Art will have to be sold right along with everything else.
Mom, I really don't want to discuss this with you right now, all right?
Just think about it then. Because if that happens, you won't have a job any longer or any reason to stay in Houston. And I imagine you'll have to return to Bay City with me, won't you?
It's great the way our families get...
Oh, I envied him.
Envied Mike?
Mm. His family, his past.
more I see you as years go by. I know the only one for me can only be you. My arms won't free you. My heart won't try.
Way to go, Tracy. You know, Jason just kind of sprung this on her, so I'm sure she didn't have much time to rehearse.
Boy, Davidson really must like her. He never lets anyone sing 2 songs.
When did he say that she was going to be playing Vegas?
The last 2 weeks in August.
She's getting married then, isn't she?
Oh, well, I'm sure he must have mixed up the dates.
Oh, no. As far as Jason's concerned, I'm sure those are exactly the right dates.
You know what I'm thinking?
Yeah, exactly. He booked those Las Vegas dates to coincide with her wedding plans.
Well, she's kidding herself if she thinks that Jason's going to stop manipulating just because she plans on getting married.
Well, she must be getting something out of it. Otherwise, I don't think she'd put up with him.
Well, maybe. Look, what do you say we go back to rehearsal? Okay?
Hey, Dooley,
Yeah?
you gonna make me a star?
All I can do is help you make a living.
Tracy Merrill.
Gonna have to do it.
Thank you. Thank you. Tracy Merrill. Well, our next guest is the author of a new super mystery thriller called Harry Must Die. And I know after this interview, you're going to want to rush out to the bookstores and buy this book. Let me introduce you right now to Mr. Donald Tanner. Have a seat. Donald, do you know that you're responsible for my being late to work this morning?
Yeah, well, how do you figure that?
Well, I was up all night reading your book. Didn't get to sleep until 2:30, and I overslept.
I apologize.
No reason for apologies. You have created a dazzling piece of work. I literally could not put it down.
That is the best compliment you can give to a mystery writer.
Now, how would you describe your book to our audience?
Well, you've already said it's a mystery, and that's true, but I would prefer to think of it as a psychological thriller.
Why is that?
Well, because it gets into people's minds, it lets you know what they think, gives you their motivations, the characters.
And then the characters can exist on more than one level.
Right, that's true. You still have an intricate plot, but I think there's a lot more human interest.
All right, now, without giving away too much of that intricate plot, why don't you tell us what the story's about?
Well, it's a book about relationships, about love, hate, and greed. It's mostly about greed because that's what motivates our main character to plan a murder.
Well, you have created a fabulous main character. It's a woman. Now, I want you to tell us about this female.
Well, she's a young woman by the name of Amy Flynn, who's married to a very rich man.
Yeah, but there's a little bit of a complication in that marriage.
Yes, there is. She has a lover who she doesn't want to give up.
Oh, well, why can't you just keep the affair going on the side?
Well, she knows that her husband wants children, and she knows that if she becomes pregnant, she will lose her lover.
And that's when she decides that she's going to administer a certain deadly drug to him.
Yes, but she doesn't know that it's fatal at first.
Well, then why does she give it to him?
Well, because she's researched it out, and she knows that it causes sterility. And that's what she wants from the beginning, to keep her husband from making her pregnant.
Sterility. Now, is there
Oh, my
such a
God.
drug? I mean, is it possible? Did you
He
buy it?
said it.
No, there is a drug, yes, it's called Amtrak.
And now, the next part of Another World.
You were just wonderful, Miss Merrill.
Oh, thank you very much.
I really mean it. We hear a lot of singers on Maury's show, but you really got something special.
That's very kind of you. I appreciate it.
The more I see you, the more I want you. You were wonderful, marvelous. of sexy, beautiful.
All that.
All that and more. Everything you are shined right through that TV screen. You are a natural, Tracy.
Well, I'm glad you're pleased, Jason, but we have something to talk about.
Oh, we sure do. Seeing you today gave me loads of ideas about promoting you.
Later.
No, not later. Now, while I'm still high in your performance.
Oh, some performance. It was all I could do to listen to what Maury had to say after you and he made this special announcement.
Why? What special announcement?
You booked me in to Las Vegas the last 2 weeks of August at the Roman Palace.
Yeah, Vegas. But, oh, Tracy, I'm sorry. I know it's not peak season, but if you do well, which I know you will, I'm sure they're going to extend. But here's for the really good news.
Oh, I can't wait.
The hotel has offered you double the money you were going to get for the first gig.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Now you can tell them I won't be able to make it.
Don't be ridiculous. You're in perfect form. A couple of weeks, you'll be ready for anything.
Just cut it out.
Well, cut what out?
You know perfectly well I am getting married and going on my honeymoon in August.
Oh, I didn't know you were getting married. Well, I thought you said the wedding date was September.
Nice try, Jason, but we settled it 2 weeks ago. I told you myself so that you could work out my work schedule.
Tracy, hey, Tracy, I got the perfect solution for this, okay? Listen, why don't you move the date of the wedding up and then you take a honeymoon in Las Vegas? It would be fantastic.
No,
Catch the other show?
Jason. Russ had to arrange his vacation. Now, that he can't change that.
Why can't he switch with some other doctor?
Even if he could, I wouldn't ask him to.
This is unbelievable.
Yes, well, you were warned. I told you myself, and you had no objections about it then.
Then is not now, Tracy. And now is when you have the golden opportunity to make your career take off.
Well, my career will just have to take off some other time. Jason, how could you do this to me? How could you put me in this position? You've got to know what a Vegas thing means to me.
So now you're telling me you have no interest in your career.
Oh, Jason, don't you ever listen to me? I am talking about 2 weeks so I can get married.
We are not talking about 2 weeks. We are talking about a chance of a lifetime, Tracy. You can't blow this for us.
Us? Us? What about me? Don't I have the right to my own personal life?
You know something?
What?
I can see it all now. I'm really getting a really nice picture. I'm getting a glimpse of what it's going to be like when you finally become Mrs. Russ Matthews.
And what's that supposed to
I can really see it all now, Tracy. You know, I book you into Tahoe, and Russ has got some fancy doctors coming in from the West Coast, and you've got to cook dinner. Booking canceled.
Don't be ridiculous,
And
Jason.
then I booked you into San Francisco, but you've got the in-laws coming in. Booking canceled. Pretty soon, Tracy, every little domestic event is going to take precedence over your career.
Well, this isn't a little domestic event. This is my marriage. Now, you've known about it for quite a while. It's not my fault if you forgot or you arranged to forget.
Look, Tracy, I know your marriage is important. But so is your career. So is this Vegas gig. And please, don't forget, my career is at stake, too.
Jason, why can't it be postponed?
I begged them, please, put the booking off till late fall. I wanted you to be ready. I didn't want to rush into this.
Okay, what about October, November, December? There are lots of months.
Tracy, we can't tell them what we want. They tell us what we can have.
Even under these circumstances?
Don't be naive. The only way to solve this problem is to change your wedding plans.
I made those plans with Russ, and I can't tell you anything until I discuss it with him.
Can't move without hubbying.
Oh, don't try to intimidate me, Jason.
Don't do this to me, Tracy.
Hurting me, Jason.
Not as much as you're hurting me. You've got to listen to me.
Look, I've been listening to you, and I can't give you what you want. Not now.
Then maybe your future husband will listen to me.
Don't you dare talk to Russ. No, don't you do it.
friends with you. All I want to know is she expecting you?
Yes, Vivian. I'm expecting Mr. Blake.
Well, that's it then. Now, could I offer you anything to drink?
No, just leave it. Leave us, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any more surprises I should know about?
No.
Then you know why I'm here.
Yes. I guess it's just always been a matter of time.
What, do you want to stand up? Do you want to sit down? I think we ought to talk about it.
I'm not sure I'm going to be able to talk very much.
Well, I think we should take care of it. Mac's out of town. I'm here now.
I just feel like I'm going to break apart.
I understand. I know the feeling.
Do you?
Why didn't you level with me? You could have saved it. You could have saved us both a lot of trouble.
Was it my feelings I was concerned about?
No, wait a minute. No, don't start there. Whatever you do, don't tell me that you were trying to protect me or take care of my feelings.
There are other people who can be hurt by this. People who aren't as strong as you or I. It was because of them I didn't want you to know. So please, before you do anything, would you just hear me out?
Justin, I've come to offer my condolences to the family.
That's all done now. I'm just telling you to get off Marshall land. Get off our land. I can't!
What are you doing?
It's okay! Guys, you're good! That's in the fire of the place! You upset your grandmother!
I'll leave now. Thank you for being so kind.
Alex! I see you haven't changed at all. You're still an undisciplined hothead.
I didn't kill him, did I?
Just like you always were. Jumping to the simplest conclusion available. Well, this time you're wrong, Justin. You're dead wrong. You're being completely unfair the way you've always been.